Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'll be doing the RAM management test on the brand new LG G5. Now those of you who follow me, you must have seen the same test on the S7 Edge several weeks ago, and the S7 Edge was successfully able to retain all the apps that I was opening on it, and it was very heartening because last year Samsung with the S6 and the S6 Edge were really struggling big time. So all of a sudden since last year RAM management has become a big issue, and that's why lots of my followers and subscribers, they requested me to do the same on the LG G5 and see how the phone copes up. So what I'm going to be doing is, guys, I'm going to be opening all these apps, and then we go back on those apps and see how it holds up in the RAM. By the way, the LG G5 also has a 4 gigs of RAM, same as on the S7 and the S7 Edge. So without wasting any further time, guys, let's quickly get into this. Okay, first of all, I'm going to be opening the first 5 top apps here. So first of all, let's start with the Google Plus app. There we go. So the Google app opens up straight away, Plus app. So let's minimize this and let's open Twitter. That's my Twitter account, JD Android Freak. Okay, and now let's tap on this new tweet. So we have new tweets, so we have the latest page. Okay, let's get on to Facebook, guys, and let's open my page up if you can. JD Android Freak, there we go. That's my Facebook page, so we'll leave it here. Okay, now let's open up my Instagram account, guys. There we go. That's my Instagram account, and let's tap on to my main page. That's my main page, my Instagram account, guys. Okay, and also now let's open Epic Geek. That's an app I often read about technology and stuff, and let's get into the Android section here, and there we go. We have now here the home screen. Okay, so now we have opened 5 apps, as you can see: Google Plus, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Epic Geek. And let's have a look and see if we can go back to these apps, and these apps are exactly where we left them. Okay, so first of all, let's get into Google Plus. There you go, guys. You saw the cheetah earlier as well. Sorry, the Black Panther, not the cheetah. And it's there exactly where it is. If I tap on new post, obviously it will refresh it, but I want to keep it like that so that we see how the RAM holds up. Okay, now let's get into the second app, which was Twitter. That was onto my after we refreshed it, it was there, and you can see it's still there on the same page where it says Sylvia Day. So exactly where we left it. Okay, now let's get back into the third one, which was Facebook. As you can see, this is my Facebook page, and it's still there exactly where we left it as well. Okay, so now let's get into my Instagram account, guys. This was the 4th app we opened up, and it was my home page, and it's exactly where it was. No changes, no reloading, nothing so far whatsoever. Okay, let's now get into the last app, the 5th app, which was Epic Geek, and we left it here as exactly it was, and this is where exactly it is right now. So no issues whatsoever. For the first 5 apps, LG G5 has been able to keep up without any issues whatsoever. Now, like the last video on the S7 Edge, let's add a bit more pressure onto it, and let's add a few more apps. Let's open the BBC app, guys, and let's get into the top stories here. Okay, we'll leave it right as it is. Okay, now let's get back to Play Store. Let's open the Play Store up. That's the home page. Let's, for a change, tap on games, and let's go into categories and get into adventure. There we go. So we'll leave it on adventure, and hopefully it should come back once we start testing it. Okay, let's go into Amazon now, guys. There we go, and I'm very obviously interested in Huawei P9. That's why you can see all the phone prices have come up already. That's the phone I'm interested in. I will hopefully be putting this phone on my channel at some point, the Huawei P9. It looks like a very impressive handset. So we'll leave it here. Okay, now let's open my SoundCloud account, guys, and from here go into my like tracks that I listen to. As you can see, I'm right here listening to these tracks. So this is my home page, so we'll leave it there. It is as it is. And let's go on to YouTube now, and from YouTube let's go into my page, JD Android Freak. There we go, guys, and these are all my videos that I've been putting on my channel. So now in total we have 5 apps from the top and 5 apps from the bottom, so we have a total of 10 apps. And see if the LG, let's go back and see if the LG G5 can actually hold all these apps. Starting first of all from Google Plus, guys, exactly where it was. The Black Panther still there, and then the RAM is retaining where we left it last time. Okay, so now let's get back into a Twitter account, exactly where we left it, guys. Sylvia Day, no issue whatsoever. Into my Facebook page as well, as you can see, guys, exactly where we left it, no changes here whatsoever. Back onto my Instagram account, it's still in the home page, so no issues here as well. Okay, so let's back into Epic Geek. That was the page we left earlier, and exactly where this is at the moment. Still, you can see the same eye. Okay, back onto BBC. That was the home page where we left on the BBC as well, so no issues here whatsoever. Once again, so far so good. On the Play Store, if you remember, we left it on games top charts, and they're still retaining it very beautifully with no issues here whatsoever again. And on Amazon again, we just spoke about Huawei P9 guys, and exactly where we left it is still there. So far it's looking very impressive. Soundcloud, back to my page as well where I listen to my tracks, so no issues here whatsoever. As you can see guys, the LG G5 has done pretty well. Back to YouTube and still on my page as well. So that means pretty much like the S7 Edge, the LG G5 is very good at RAM management, so no issues here whatsoever. So I'm happy to report that with the normal day-to-day apps, with 4 gigs of RAM on the LG G5 and up to 10 apps, there'll be no more issues. Obviously you can push it further, but I'm sure an average consumer will not be using more than 3 or 4 or 5 apps max anyway. So for majority of you out there, I'm sure there'll be no more RAM management issues. So let's have a look now, clear all this guys, and let's get back into the games bit now. This is where we push the phone slightly to the upper limit, because games take obviously more space. So now let's get into Champions Marvel game. This is the game I was playing earlier. I'm also preparing the gaming video guys, so soon you will see the gaming video on the LG G5 as well. I'll also be measuring the temperature as well. So let's have a look and see. As you can see, the game is now loading, and we'll see if it loads up fast enough. And once this is finished and loaded up, I will get into the second game. Okay, it's taking a bit more longer than usual, but I will let it. But this is where the RAM gets really worked up, and because Marvel Champions is a very heavy game with lots of animations and graphics, so obviously it takes time, and any sort of hardware in the world, whether it's the S7 Edge or LG G5, will take its time. So we'll leave it there guys for now. As you can see, the Hulk here, so this Hulk is still there, so I'll do rather in this mode so you guys can actually see it. This is the landscape mode now, not the portrait mode. So now let's get back into here, home screen, and go back to Sniper Fury. That's the other game I downloaded. I'll probably you'll be seeing me playing it on my next game video anyway, on the LG G5. As you can see guys, the game is actually, it's on this home screen. Actually you can see it very clearly. No issues here whatsoever. So I'll leave it here now guys, and let's get into the next game, which is the Subway Surfer. So let's see if we can have a look at this. This game obviously mostly played on portrait mode guys, so I will put it back on portrait mode again so that you can have a look and see. There we go. So Subway Surfer is on as well. So now let's do this Injustice. This is also another game which you might see me play. I'm not too sure about this, but because I'm unable to understand how this game works. A long game, it needs a lot of time, so I might not play this, but actually I can just show you here on the RAM management side anyway. So I'm going to open these 5, maybe another game. This is the 4th game now that I opened up on the RAM. I want to see how it goes back once it is all done and ready. Okay, it's a big game as well guys, that's why it's taking a bit of time, so please do bear with me. I don't want to fast forward the video, and also I don't want to skip it or edit it, because I'm recording with the S7 Edge at 60 frames per second. I tell you what, the speaker on this phone is very loud. I wanted to do a separate video, but I think when I do my gaming video, I'll show you guys how loud the speaker on this phone is. Okay, so we'll leave it here for now guys, and let's get into another one, say the WWR. There was another game I found on the Play Store. It was very interesting, a robot fighting war, so I thought I'll probably include this as well. Okay, so that's the home screen now guys, so let's allow all this as well. Okay, alright, now let's have a look and see how the RAM management is. As you can see guys, 5 games were opened up, and see if the RAM actually can manage all these. If I see can get into the landscape mode to show you guys a bit better angle if possible. Okay, for some reason it's not going into my landscape mode. Let's have a look and see if we can. It's not. That's a bit strange. It should though. Why would it not? Let's have a look. As you can see, the rotation is still there. Okay, let's do it once more. There we go, and let's have a look and see if it goes to landscape mode. Okay, it's not, so we'll leave it as it is for now, and we'll see if we can get back to the games that we've been into. So first of all, let's get into the Champions Marvel game guys. There we go, so it's gone into that straight away, it should go into landscape mode now, I think, if I go from down button now. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, okay. All right, so as you can see, the champions game was still there where we left it. No issues there whatsoever. Okay, now let's get back into Sniper Fury. It's basically reconnecting, not reloading, because these games require the internet connection, guys. That's why it's saying at the bottom here, you can see reconnecting, not reloading. So still there in the RAM as well, no issues. Okay, now let's get back into Subway Surfer. Still there as well on the main page. Okay, now let's get into, sorry about this landscape portrait, guys, because it's down to the LG's UI. Nothing I can do about it. Okay, Injustice, there we go. Injustice is there as well. Okay, so let's have a look and see if we can go to WWR, the robot. Again, these games need internet connection, that's why they're reconnecting, not reloading. As you can see, guys, all the 5 games are in the RAM management, no issues. Whichever game you go into, it retains, and no issues here whatsoever. So guys, very clear that there are no RAM management issues on the LG G5, and pretty much like the LG G4, the phone is absolutely fine. Pretty much like the S7 Edge, there are no issues whatsoever, and it seems all okay so far, so good. So any of you bothered about the RAM management issues on the LG G5, guys, as you can see from the video, there are no issues there whatsoever, and you can feel confident that this phone is very good for multitasking and retaining apps if you're a heavy user as well. So guys, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. Any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comment section, and like always, guys, please subscribe as it helps, and I shall see you in the next video.